And somebody was giving me crap in Houston when I was out running. They're like, man, you're so chatty when you run, or you're so happy today. And I'm like, well, I like to say hi when I run past people because I think it's a nice thing to do. Like, I think people oftentimes get out and, I'm not expecting like hey, I'm like, hey, good morning.
When did that happen to you?
I don't know, man. It's kind of like, I don't have music and I'll take my phone, which is also, people hate that. But, I just like to say, good morning. And, I was running back over the pedestrian bridge, and of course, I think it helped that I was having like a really great run. And this dude was like coming up, the only side of the pedestrian bridge that's actually hard, which is the side on the other side of the river, on the North Shore side, which is what you come up in Chattanooga 7.3. And he was coming, he was working it.
Yeah.
And I looked over at him, and I knew he couldn't respond. I knew he couldn't say anything, but I said, keep getting it after it, buddy. And he couldn't even barely breathe, so I knew he wasn't going to say anything in return. But it's just good, and I think that was part of what energized the rest of my run. Was it's just good to, no matter what speed people are going.
There's really that thing you had as something I used to have, and then I lost it. It's sort of like you'd see people out there running, good job, keep it up. That was a thing, and now it sounds like you've sort of embarked on your innocence journey or something.
Getting in touch with my triathlon inner child.
Yeah, it's in a way, because I don't think that you have always been that way necessarily. Maybe that's one of the ways that you were, and then you weren't, and now you've come back
don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not Chatty Cathy when we run.
You're not.
No, it's funny. Like, we were running in Houston, and I was going to run with Angela Falcon and Nicole Winger, and I was like, I'm gonna run with you ladies, I'll run with y'all. And I was like, are y'all chatty? Do y'all talk a lot? Because I don't talk at all when I run. I don't want to talk. But when I see somebody come in the direction, I'll wave, it's a good morning or whatever. And they're both like, no, we don't talk. I was like, perfect. And then I was laughing because Angela was like, yeah, I don't want to talk at all when we run. I'm just going to listen to your podcast. And I was like, I'm going to be right next to you. We could easily have a conversation. You're just going to listen to my words. What the heck? And but no, I'm the same way. But I like saying hi. Like, I think it.
No, I do too.
Because it's funny, because it's small things like that, and not that a good morning for me on a run is going to change anybody's life. But I think you'd be surprised, like, how crappy of a day somebody could have, and like you go by and like, hey man, good job, or hey, good morning. It's like, especially given like the last 6 to 8 months, we've lost so much connection and the ability to see people's emotions with masks and things like that. You can't see people's smiles and grins, and like you have to interpret like the look in their eyes instead of like what their body language. It's just very, very hard. And I think now that people are getting out, it's like people like sometimes, like, if I'll be running by someone in the greenway and they like have their head down, I look at them the entire time. And a lot of times I'll say good morning still, because you have to wonder, like, are they just assuming no one's going to talk to them, or they're out there feeling alone and isolated? And sometimes it's like, hey, or if you run with somebody and think like, they're probably not going to speak your language, it's like, hey, how's it going? Like, why are you laughing at me right now? Like, I'm not,
because they're probably putting their head down because they're like, oh, here comes Chatty Cathy. Here comes Chatty.
Shit. I've now become the Riverwalk Chatty Cathy. That's not me, dude. I'm not. I just want to say good morning. Listen, I don't want to know how your day is going. I just want to say hi. Like, I just want to do it for me and keep going.
How do you feel when they don't respond? Because that's when I have a problem with that.
So I was going to say, like, you're like you're grumpy
no
Gary.
Wave or anything like that. I'm like, all right.
My big thing is the wave, because I won't always say good morning, but I'll at least give a wave. And I usually judge the effort I put behind the good morning on their outward expression of how they're like rolling. And like, some people, like, I can tell he's probably not going to say hi, but it's I'll usually always throw up a little wave, like the hand wave, like you do in the neighborhood wave, like, hey, I don't know you, we don't speak, but I'm giving you the neighborhood wave because that's what we do.
Does it get above the shoulder?
Or for sure. When I'm running, no, I make it a little low,
like a motorcycle.
Yeah, it's like drop it down the Jeep wave over the steering wheel. Yeah, dude, I don't like the no wave back. I'm like, how hard is it to not wave back? It's a tough one to swallow. Like, it's, sometimes like, what? I think I'm just going to do another couple out and backs and just wave more and see if I can like get a reaction, or walk up next to like, hey, and bring it up like real high. Like, I don't know if I didn't want to bring it up, but I see you out there all the time and I'm a waver and you're not a waver. And like, I just want to make sure, did you see me wave? Is it, or are you just not a waiver? Just it sounds like a Seinfeld episode. Like, are you a waiver or not a waiver? I'm like, I feel like I just want to make sure you see I'm waving. It's okay if you don't want to wave, but dude, like just, wave back, like give me some
the head nod.
The head nod. Like, oh, that's another thing. Like you give like the head nod and you're like, you're not going to head nod me back. Like,
that's the worst. The head nod. I'm giving up. I'm throwing away the wave. I'm just going to give you, the head.
The head.
And they're just
nothing?
Like, nothing?
Especially if it's eye contact. Because you know exactly what I'm doing. I'm giving you like, hey, like the right away or the thing. Like, oh, you're not going to.
They're jogging and I'm in an interval and I'm still head nodding.
That's right.
And they're not.
For sure.
Come on.
I'm waving. I'm like, this or whatever. And man, it's like, people, I swear.
Yeah, start it positive and end it with a grinder.
No, listen. I'm gonna keep being the I guess the new Riverwalk. They're like, here he comes again, C26 guy, Chetty Cathy. Keep your head down. You guys gonna go run at 7:00? No. Let's go run at 8. If we run at 7, we're probably gonna see Ramblin' Rob on his run, and he's gonna want to chat us up for a little bit.
Why am I picturing you right now with these like short running shorts and these high
the scallops
heel
and
the
Yeah, with got my fanny pack on and my Walkman, attached to my hip. I'm like, hey, ladies, what's going on? Are we out to run today? No, it's definitely not the extent that I give. But you know what? Whatever, dude.
Whatever, dude.
Whatever.